Hello and welcome to another Outlook cover discussion. Thank you, Chinki, for joining us from Bombay. I hear it's raining cats and dogs in Bombay.
Yeah, really bad. You can't hear, like when people are talking also, you can't hear because it's raining like whatever, orange alert, red alert, all kinds of alerts.
Not a drop here in Delhi, unfortunately. No, we are talking about rains because that is what our cover story this time is. On the monsoons, on the, India's relationship, the people's relationship with rains goes far back. It's both the fury of the rain as well as, the fondness for it, the folklore, the romance, the songs associated with it, the poetry, the theater, films, so many things that we have tried to. So it's Chinky. So it's both a life giver as well as a very very cruel destroyer. In some areas there are floods. In some areas there is no rain. Of course, when it does come, we all there is something in our DNA, I think, where in whichever part of the country we are in, there is, this thing to, to just sort of, it's a joyous feeling.
It is. So, I don't know, for me, it's always been nostalgia for rains. And I thought this time it would be, it's just like ode to people's memories of rain. Where else will you find like a whole collection of rain stories? We tell each other, maybe we keep it to ourselves, but I don't know, rain is a time for like also solitude kind of a thing, where we have stories, we have nostalgia, we remember things, but we never get to share them. Like I wouldn't know about your rain memories, and I think that was the idea. And we have, it's not just the memories in the sense that personal stories, but we also have like how Kosi is the river of sorrow in Bihar. And I grew up in Bihar, and I remember this one artist telling me a story about floods. 1975, you had the worst floods in Patna, and everybody was standing on rooftops. And Indira Gandhi, the then prime minister, was doing a survey. Supposed to, and the people actually found whatever black they could find. And she told me this, and they had these flags, and they wore black, and there was a sea of like this black on the rooftop. And she had asked her father that what is happening, and her father had said that because people are sad. And that became her expression in terms of her art, where she found the pigment, the color for her artwork.
Also, the very arresting cover that we have, a photo that you've taken, and this diamond absolutes. If you want to talk a little bit about what does that connote?
Basically, this I was all going for that dissolved girl, which I saw as a teacup on her dress, and it was out of a chai wala thing, and I thought that could be the cover. But then I also read this Seamus Heaney poem about diamond absolutes, and it somehow didn't really match. Then I looked in my Facebook, which is for me a database, and I had all these photos. I keep photographing rains for some strange reason from the car window. And this was in Bihar a few years ago, this photo, where it was just a wall, and the raindrops did look like, diamond. And diamond absolutes, actually, that Seamus Heaney poem, if you read, and we've taken that on the cover, the 4 lines from that poem called North Things. And one of the interesting pieces that I found was this friend of mine has written about frogs, and for him, I was we were talking about rains the other day, and he doesn't have any love and all these like heavy duty memories. All he can remember about the rains is like these frogs. And he would ask his mother that how come all these frogs come all of a sudden? And his mother said that they come out of the earth. So he would look for holes in the earth to find out, like, how children are.
And of course, this issue is really packed with articles by, absolutely fantastic writers and poets. We have Arundhati Subramaniam leading the piece. There is Benny Anthon's very evocative piece from Nagaland. There is, of course, we were just talking about Abhishek Anika, who again he talks about the rains in Bihar.
Yeah, and all of these pieces also came very organically. I think Anika's piece came from an Instagram post that I saw, and I wrote to him right there that he wrote about Bombay rains, and turned out that we are both from Bihar, and we remembered this Kosi, the sorrow of Bihar. And Kinshuk also, the same thing came about. And I kept telling him, one of my former editors would say that when you read a piece, agar aankh mein aansu nahi aaya to kya fayda? And then after he wrote that piece, he sent me an email ki, I hope some tears came. And also we have a lot of stuff coming in for the weekend online, with a lot of people have
Yes.
shared their memories. And I think I just wanted to add one line, because I saw somewhere like a lot of people, politics. I mean, politics doesn't always have to be obvious. I think politics is in everything, and sometimes it's good
Yeah.
to take a step back and look
Yeah.
at the things that we like, the things that bring us memories, and what those memories are. I think our politics emerges from there as well. So I think this whole thing about obvious and straightforward political whatever, I think politics is everywhere. I think there was this brilliant piece I read where, if you want to know about a people of a place, read their literature. And I think
Absolutely.
that is the thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So as always, the issue should be out in the stands right now. Please go and pick up copy, or you can always log on to www.outlookindia.com. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.